Hello everyone, this is Shikha. Now, the textual part of chapter Journey to the End of the Earth of a course book Vistas. Question number 1. The world's geological history is trapped in Antarctica. How is the study of this region useful to us? So, how Antarctica can be a place to know about the world's geological history? It is asked in this question. The study of this region of Antarctica gives us insight into the Earth's geological history. It gives an idea how the Earth was like before it drifted into continents and countries. It shows how slight changes in the climate can change the shape of the region. It gives the explanation how the climatic conditions of the Earth were not favorable for life before and how slowly rising temperature made Earth a place to sustain life. All secrets are embedded in the layers of the ice in form of the half million years old carbon records. So, how can we know the Antarctica was a complete landmass, but gradually, after the birth of the mammals, it is divided in the continents and countries. So, all this thing we can know when we are going on through the journey that has been started through this region, because only this region is holding the ice layers, those ice layers which are half billions years ago, and they are holding the carbon records. And carbon records are something we can know about the past of the fossil fuels. Through the carbon records you can know exactly what were the conditions in the past times. So all the geological history of the earth, the climate condition, how it became warmer from the cold, okay, then how the earth is made for the life, means to live on the life, how the living conditions grow on the earth. So to know all the things, all the information, Antarctica is a best place to know from the past, present and the future. Question number 2. What are Geoff Green's reasons for including high school students in the Students on Ice expedition? Now, there was a program, Students on Ice, implemented by Geoff Greens. What was the expedition for that program? Geoff Greens took the high school students to one end of the world to provide them the opportunity to develop a respect and understanding for the earth. He wanted to make the future policy makers to experience how difficult it would have been for the earth to sustain life by rising its temperature. He wanted them to understand that any interference in the nature can cause drastic mishappenings in the future when the students see the ice shelves melting and collapsing. Then they estimate the kind of the environmental troubles ahead in their mind. Now, Geoff Green just took the high school student on a program called Student on Ice, just to make them realize concrete with their experience, live experience at the same place where they can develop the respect towards the earth. Okay, they can see, they can experience in the real manner that how some mishappening can be turned in the big disaster. Means if we are going to disturb our nature in a small meaning, how it can be result in a big disaster, big mishappening in the earth. And this thing we can also see through the living places, but the exact region we can know only after going to the Antarctica region. That's why the Geoff Green wants to give the student the real experience, that how the ice shelf melts, how they collapse, how the environmental troubles with these actions, and how you can estimate the kind of mishappening done by the human. So all these things, to make all these things clear in the mind of the student, Geoff Green operate this type of program, Student on Ice. Question number 3. Take care of the small things and the big things will take care of themselves. What is the relevance of this statement in the context of Antarctic environment? This statement has great relevance in the context of the Antarctic environment. A small change in the environment can give rise to drastic developments. Antarctic has a small biodiversity. The example of a small grass called phytoplankton can be studied in this context. These microscopic grasses undergo a process of photosynthesis and serve as food for number of marine birds and animals. The author says if there is a further depletion of the ozone layer, it will affect the activities of phytoplankton. So there is a great relevance of this contact, that if we are going to take care of small things, the big things are going to be managed themselves. Means this thing we can studies in the context of phytoplankton. They are the small microscopic grass, the sea grass you can say, and that made the food through the process of photosynthesis, that is made available for a number of marine birds and animals. And if we are making disturbance in the atmosphere, it is going to be disturb the activities of phytoplankton, because the Antarctica is having a very small diversity, and with very small change it is going to be disturbed, but it is going to be affect in a large manner. Last question: why is Antarctica the place to go to understand the Earth's present, past, and future? Antarctica gives us an idea how the Earth would have been like millions of years ago and how it got divided into various Earth masses. The melting and colliding ice masses also give us an insight into how a future is going to be. If we continue with the interference in the working of the nature, moreover, Antarctica holds into the depths of its ice half million years old carbon records, which are helpful in understanding the past, present, and the future of the Earth. Therefore, Antarctica is the place which reveals our past, shows our present, and visualizes our future. So we know better in the manner that there are so many ice cores in the form of icebergs in present in the Antarctica, and those icebergs are half million years ago holding the carbon records, and this is the carbon record. They are helpful in understanding the past and present and the future of the Earth. We can dig out the information regarding our past, present, and future from these carbon records. And why this is the best place? Because this is the untouched, undisturbed place. Like if you have, if one, suppose one person went there, okay, and take out some information, but after some time, after some years, if another person want to go and get some information, then the atmosphere for that person will be same as the previous person, because the diversity is not very vast. There is a small and very limited diversity, because the disturbance is not there. And why the disturbance is not there? Because the living creatures are not living there. Okay, so to know the information, to know the sustainable information about the past, present, and our future, the only place to know about that is Antarctica. Fine. So we have completed the question answer. I advise you to go and must listen to the explanation of the question answer, because this is a type of a chapter you have to be logically understand in your mind, because it is based on the facts. Okay, so whatever you the things you are not understanding in the chapter, what is left besides your understanding, you can better understand after coming across to the question answer. Okay, so that's it for now. We'll meet again.